Divinity means non-divided. Divine implies the non-divided trinity of eternal center. For those who seek to divide you into a polarized dichotomy, is those who turn you against yourself. Always seek to attain balance. To become a unified collective is to embrace diversity. It is through diversity we can all relate. The oneness of diversity is to embrace duality as unity, the oneness of the Trinity, the benevolent malevolence of malevolent benevolence. For within the embracing center of love, do the bicameral forces of dark and light ignite and flow into motion the creative energies of the cosmos. So can the initiate manipulate the oscillating wheel of momentum and vibration in both ways, dark and light, left and right, simultaneously, creating extension above to below and below to above, stretching farther and farther into the reaches of the light universe and beyond. The ultimate synergy of united duality leads the initiate to the divinity or of apotheosis, where the centralized synthesis embodies the balance of the tetrad elemental forces, the center of which is the pentad, where the elements are harnessed and is born the alchemist. The initiate, transcending the all of the noetic spectrum, experiences no thing and expounds upon its nature, being subject to the paradoxical conundrum of light and darkness, creation and non-existence. Art thou faced with the rectifying verisimilitude, and you escape the very notion of the great no thing? Released from the grasp of mental faculty, exposed are you to the furnace of transformation, and you will inevitably arrive at the threshold. Gifted are those whom arrive at the threshold the keys of eternity. Open do they become to all planes of existence. Amidst the stillness of eternity, to the forces of creation, usher in the heart of he who has reached the threshold. So are born the wise, the magicians, and the alchemists. The profane shall ever seek the falsehood of conjecture, and seek to become that which they are not and never will be. The just shall ever seek the high truth of that which they already are, and the whispers of eternity are given the keys that open the way. The worlds of light are magnificent, but only seen by those whom hold the light. Exposed to the light of the threshold, reveal the true nature as the all. Revealed is your true nature as the all. Indicted are you, renounced by the all, and freed of bondage. The star worlds now gleam, seen by the eye now clean. The space between, traversed only by the heart of those redeemed. Initiation begins within the supernal macrocosm and is received by the microcosm as the macro becomes one with the micro. This convolution of aperture gives the microcosm a unified field of perceptual relay, whereby all energy is perceived openly and readily by the micro. This received macro faculty of unified perception is then enveloped by the micro, which, like a drop from the ocean, falls back into its state of individuation, bringing with it the intelligence of its macrocosmic embodiment experience. The microcosm, now in a state of involution, retracts back into itself, albeit understanding the unifying sanctity of the heart, able to perceive through an act of loving will that which constitutes the energetic macrocosmic mainframe of all supernal intelligence, and through labor is able to reform its internal spectrum to resonate with its higher embodied counterpart. As the microcosm envelops the macrocosm, it becomes actualized as it individuates itself again, holding within it the potential of the macrocosmic forces. Such is the nature of propagation and the involutionary metric of the evolutionary seed of consciousness. The ladder of consciousness is rung by the involutionary metric of evolutionary potential, and by creating symmetry between the micro and macro potentials, one becomes aligned, and the patient embodies the agent. Through diligent purification, the microcosm can align its resonance with its higher source, which the alchemist achieves through the manipulation of cosmic fire. The alchemist is a conductor, orchestrating the elemental symphony of cosmic resonance, entraining with divine will the cosmic vibration of the ethers, aligning the will of his own with the will of the higher through love, so as to become an infinite point on the universal circle of spirit. One sublimates the infinite circle into the eternal spiral, traversing the planes. The veil is lifted, exposing the hermetic sanctum, where the sojourn of man transpires and the secrets of life and creation are revealed. So it is with the chromatic spectrum. Each color blends into the next. The planes of consciousness, from element to mineral to plant to animal to human to angel to God, blend graciously and elegantly into one another, like the beautiful shimmer and coloration of a snake's scales. As the serpent awakens, and the rainbow body is fashioned by the rattling vibrations of iridescent friction, it compresses through the pitch of its own terminal velocity and transpires into the glorious diamond body. The lower self or physical self is impelled by the pull of the higher self, as greater states of telepathic interplay are established between the higher and lower selves. A synchronized arc of momentum manifests, and a portal of transcendence is woven, tethering respective selves and ushering a rapturous transmission of consciousness. Energy spirals from above to below. The receptive agent, being the physical soul, is responsible for the health and receptivity of its vehicle. The lower self must fashion itself in a manner applicable to the advancements of the higher self, so to be in a fit enough state to receive the sheath of transcendence that is bestowed by the latter. A mutual understanding and compassionate approach from the considered archetypes results in the development of an intimate internal relationship in which the aspirant must practice suprasex. So begins the sojourn of apotheosis. Sexual energy is transmuted into spirit, and the higher vehicle is born. The secret here is the application of consciousness within the given domains. As the higher self approaches the physical soul, the latter is fascinated and entranced, perceiving the former as God or divinity. It then becomes enraptured in the pool of spirit, compelled to live an austere life of spiritual pursuit. The fascination of the higher selves and their entrancing grapple synchronizes all elements of the lower, orchestrating a harmony within and between. And so the serpent dances, and topologically we see the universal body as serpentine and dragonesque.